As you were saying, like, oh, are we getting that
Are
rain?
we getting that rain? Just enough to wet the ground, right?
Thanks for listening, I'm sure Kimmy is saying.
Yeah,
just
thank
enough
you.
to be annoying.
Thank you, Kim. Well, we were talking out here. Hey, you were talking about garlic earlier, and you're going, well, how do I plant garlic? Well, why do we plant garlic? One is to repel a lot of insects.
Yeah.
Two, it grows real well out here. Three, we should have planted it in the fall, but you can still plant it right now. So we just take the garlic itself and then these small cloves. And Bobby, come on over here. Bobby's our illustrious cameraman.
Pointy side up.
Yeah, pointy side up. So here we are, and we're looking at this guy, and you can see that little point right there. And then next week we're going to talk a little bit about a raised bed, and this is just a little raised bed. Real easy, and I'm going to talk about that next Saturday. So you can just push something like this down in the ground in one of those raised beds, real easy, without too much trouble, and it'll just kind of come on up, and you can just use the foliage this time of year. So probably not going to get a full clove of garlic, but you're going to be in real good shape.
Okay.
So the other things they're talking about, fertilization, of course, Bobby's pointing right at it, Queen Palms, extreme granules. All of it needs to be going, and everything needs to be fertilized right now. Yes, sir, we are right, or yes, ma'am, we're right next to fertilizing season. That means Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. And you want to go ahead and do it, and this is the reason we put Queen Palm food on Queen Palms. Right over there, folks. If you're not doing that 3 times a year, Bob knows exactly where we're planting. There's your Queen Palms. They take a lot of manganese, real important out here in the desert Southwest. And of course, working that soil. In fact, the more you work that soil, the better off you are. And Lena, one thing I do is I go ahead and core aerate my soil, and I core aerate with a lot of compost in the soil, a lot of cornmeal in the soil, even sugar. Yeah. It really works out well. And just pushing something this around the drip line of a tree. There it is. That's why I came up. Stilettos in the garden. So you can see how much better those are than this guy is. But anything that can introduce oxygen to the soil is really the best way to do it. And speaking of oxygen, also spray the soil with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. Right there, Bobby. You can see it. And hydrogen peroxide, about that whole quart in 5 gallons of water sprayed on the plant material and in the soil go a long ways towards oxygenated soil, stimulating that beneficial microbial activity on the leaf surfaces of the plant material, and you're on your way towards really nice, healthy gardens. What are we growing out here in the garden right now? Putting a lot of stuff in right now. So of course our kales are going in, our asparagus are going in. Asparagus is something that lasts for a very long time. Bobby's pointing out some of the borage over there. We use borage as a companion plant in a lot of tomatoes, and we're also putting our tomatoes and peppers and eggplants. Why do we add borage to our garden? Because of the fact that we got something that's called tomato hornworms. And tomato hornworms love tomatoes, so you want to go ahead and think about those moth egg parasite or any of your BT or Thuricide products. But moth egg parasites are basically parasitic type wasp. They're microscopic. They're not going to hurt you. We talk a lot about them. I showed them on Thursday. Should be putting these throughout the garden. We stay organic. No pesticides in our garden, of course. So it's real important. And then some other things we're doing. Well, let me show you off the broccoli.
Yeah,
we got a lot of broccoli growing in the garden right now. We just released a lot of ladybugs. And something else, I don't know if I talked about it last week, one of my favorite, broccoli rapidea. I don't know if anybody's ever grown this, but boy, does it grow ravenously. My father used to grow this out in his garden, and it is very tasty, easy to grow, and it will last up until about April or so, and it will grow like a weed in your garden. So if you want something just to add to salads or just a vegetable around, it works out fantastic. Of course, don't forget those flowers in the garden. We're 1/2 flowers, 1/2 vegetables when we're growing in our garden. So you got some cosmos over there, snapdragons, alyssum. One of my favorite. Why? Because it'll attract a lot of the beneficial insects. They're so important to really eliminating the use of any type of synthetic, or for that matter, organic type pesticides. Of course, sunflowers are real important, and your nasturtiums. Right over here, Bob, we got about 30 seconds. Just pan through there. There's what we're planting from seed, your squashes, your cantaloupes, your different types of cucumbers, and of course your carrots, and one of my favorite, radishes. Oh, you okay? She almost fell off. She's on a little platform. She didn't want to get those stilettos dirty in the garden. So you can see, Bobby, there it is. Be careful out here. It is a dangerous process to be working with the garden guy. By the way, go ahead and apply for your hazard pay at the end of the segment. I'm sure they'll go ahead and pay it for you. There you go. Okay, back to you guys. Lena, go ahead and take it away, girlie.